What's up guys, it's LGU, my name's QuickSample, and I'm bringing you some NukeTown Domination on Call of Duty Black Ops, obviously. What I want to go into is, this is the second take of this commentary, and I thought the first one was pretty damn beastly, but, Audacity stopped working right at the end, which is something that it's never done before, but, well, we're going to go back into what I was just saying, well, you don't know what I was just saying, but I'm not pretty much going to be talking about the gameplay. I kind of went off on a tangent in the last video, and it seemed like it went somewhere, so I'm going to carry it on, actually, with what I was saying. But what I started off saying was big YouTubers and little YouTubers, how the big YouTubers seem to think that they're better in a way, but how they're talking and the guys that have got like 3,000 to 6,000 subscribers and that kind of subscriber base, I always talk about how the YouTube scene has changed and things, and they've only been around for like the same amount of time as maybe, they've been around for maybe a year. Which is something that I just don't think is true, because I don't think they have how would you say it? I don't think they have the time. They've not been around for long enough to be able to say that maybe the community is not as good as it used to be. Which I'm not one of those guys that's gonna say I have more subscribers than you, get the hell out of my way. No, that's stupid. You gotta help the smaller guy. I'm not a large guy. I know that I've got I've only got like 600 subscribers. That's nothing, compared to everybody else. I know that Small Beans just hit 100,000 subscribers, and he's someone that I can actually relate to, because he just says what he thinks, And I don't like people who just come along and say, that you're not gonna make it, because there are guys out there who post hardly anything and get subscribers just from other channels, the sub for sub type of things and all this kind of stuff, and it really irritates me. There's a guy who, I'm not going to name names or anything, but there was a guy who started off at the same time as me, doing this kind of thing, and he has a couple hundred more subscribers than me, and that's not because he posts more. He doesn't post hardly ever anymore, and he gains subscribers most days because he does sub for sub. All over his channel you'll see I sub back, I sub back, and it's just something that really irritates me, guys. It's just, if you don't like what they're doing, then just don't subscribe. If you're just in this to gain subscribers, then don't do it. Personally, subscribers are a lot to me, but I want subscribers that like my stuff, not just subscribers for the sake of having subscribers, If you guys don't like who I am, or you don't like this kind of commentary that I'm doing right now, then, this isn't what I'm like all the time, but I just thought that this would be a good commentary, seeing as you guys are open to listen to a guy talk for about however long this video is, 10 minutes or so, But I'm not the kind of guy that does this normally. I'm usually quite a chill guy. It's probably hard to think that I'm quite a chill guy, but I actually am pretty chilled. I don't really go off on tangents like this very much. I usually just talk about gameplay and things like that, and just things that are going on in life and whatever. But it's just something that I was watching. I was on my iPod, and being a YouTube watcher myself, I love watching videos and I love seeing what other people are saying. And like I was saying before, which on the commentary that failed, if someone's going to say something about smaller YouTubers like myself, and I class myself as a small YouTuber, definitely. If they're just saying, oh, in general, smaller YouTubers, then I listen up, because I know they're talking about me. I'm not one of the guys that's got a dazzle or anything like that. I put 110% effort into my videos, I'm sat here now, I've done maybe 3-4 videos today, and I always make sure my subscribers have what they like. If you like Minecraft and you like games like that, I even bring out Sims just, to bring in something new. I'm fed up of seeing Call of Duty videos, which, personally, I just think this is the best one to post up on this channel, but I'm the kind of guy that'll go for a good gameplay and stuff. But when someone starts saying, when I hear the words in a commentary from a bigger guy, the smaller YouTubers, then I start listening. My ears perk up, and I'm like, right, let's see what you gotta say. Because if you're gonna say something nice, I'm gonna applaud you for it. But if you're gonna say something horrible, and you're gonna say none of you are gonna make it, or none of you are gonna get the subscriber base that I've got, I'm gonna bite back. I'm gonna say something back. I'm gonna send you a personal. I'm not gonna leave it in the comments, because that's just stupid. I'm gonna send you a personal message and say, well, I completely disagree, because in my opinion, I can commentate just as good as you can, and people will back me up on that, But it's people like Small Beans that I thoroughly enjoy listening to, because they are always up for helping a smaller guy. And I have a friend, Matt HD Gamer. I don't know if you know him, but he is always out to help the smaller gamer. He's helped me out loads, I'm pretty good friends with Matt. We've done dual commentaries on mine and his channel, and I just feel as though people like him, we need more people like him. If a guy with who's just starting out YouTube, he's got nice quality videos, and he's putting 110% effort into his videos, and he came to me and said, hey, could I get a dual commentary? Maybe, maybe you know, maybe you could post a link to my channel or something like that. Maybe give me a shout out. You know, help me out a little bit so that maybe I can get. And most guys like that, they're only out for like, say, get me to 50 subscribers. You know, that's all I like. I just want someone to talk to. You know, you know, someone actually listening. On my channel now, it's taken me a long time to get where I am now, and I'm proud of the 600 subscribers that I've got, or however many I've got right now. I think I've got like 575, and I'm happy with those guys because, you know, that's a lot of effort that goes into it, and I just think it's something that the community needs to band together. You know, I'm pretty good friends with Bill Keys as well. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a YouTuber of like the stature of what I am, and personally, what he talks about is more about bringing the community together and how it's all unbalanced with people like, you know, there's always someone who's going to hate on you, which is true. You know, 50% of you guys now are going to hate on me. You know, and I can see why, because I'm bitching a lot. But what you need to understand though is, from my perspective, hearing a guy say something about small YouTubers like myself is like hearing someone say something about my person. Personally, you know, like if someone came up to me and said, "I don't like your eyes, they're too close together," I'm gonna punch you for that. You know, that's obviously going to offend you. So someone saying that because you're smaller than them, because you don't have as many subscribers as them, that you're never going to make it, then that just kind of irritates me, because I sit there and think, just because I've not been doing it as long as you, and I've not got to where you are, doesn't mean I never am going to get there. You know, it does not mean that just because you've got a big subscriber base. And personally, people with big subscriber bases, I'm not going to name names, but they may only get as many views as I do on my videos, seriously, because, you know, they may have subscribers, but they aren't active subscribers. I would rather have 575 active subscribers than 50,000. I would rather have that, you know, because active subscribers will give you the views, will give you the comments, will give you the feedback, and give you the likes, and give you what you need to know, you know, because YouTube, it is a thriving business. For whoever created YouTube must be a multi-millionaire, seriously. But, you know, I hate people just to say, you know, it's just a hobby, I do this because it's fun, but you're getting paid for it. So you're obviously doing it for other reasons. If you weren't getting paid for it, maybe you still would do it, but you wouldn't have been doing it as long as you have been. That's all I'm saying, guys. And if you guys don't like this kind of commentary, then you know, then don't just judge me straight off. Come check out my channel. You know, I don't always do commentaries like this. I'm pretty chilled, but I just thought that there's a large subscriber base here. It'd be a great way to, you know, to just get it out there, guys. But if you do like this kind of commentary, and maybe you like me personally, because I just say what I think, you know, I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna say I love this guy because I want to be in his sub box. No, it's stupid. You know, but if you like this, then definitely come check out my channel. You know, guys, it'd be a great help. You know, I'm at nearly 600 subscribers, so just to get 600 would be great. It's a great benchmark for me. Thanks for watching, guys, and